Hollywood blacklisted because Forgotten Heroes went against their agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, warm welcome for Jack Marino.
Hello, my fellow Americans. I see before me an army of patriots in defiance of tyranny that we elect. And they can take our rights away, whittle them away, but they'll never take our liberty, ever. I'm an independent filmmaker, originally from Everett, Massachusetts. I went to Hollywood in 1980. I fund my own films through the private sector through conservative investors, so I'm not attached to the Hollywood leftist mob that controls what you see, what you think. The problem is I don't have a lot of money to raise the 25, 30, 40, $80 million big blockbusters you normally see in films. So I made a small independent feature in 1988. It's about the Vietnam War. I honored a generation of Vietnam veterans who were basically spit upon when they came back home from the war in 72, 75. And then they were spit upon on cinema for 40 years by Hollywood, the malcontents that came out of the mud in Woodstock. I made this film to honor every Vietnam veteran because that generation of soldiers were treated worse than anybody in this country. Not even the Confederate soldiers at Appomattox were treated this bad. And because I went against the Hollywood agenda, they blackballed the film, and I could not get distribution for over 20 years. So now I am selling my film, my DVD, through my website at ForgottenHeroesTheMovie.com. We're donating 25% of the DVD gross sales to the American Veterans Disabled for Life Memorial Fund, which is an organization that they're building a memorial in Washington. So if you buy the film, $5 of your purchase will go to build this wall. And if you're ever down there one day, you will feel proud to be part of this incredible memorial that honors all our disabled vets from the Revolution up till today and future wars. And for our soldiers who defend liberty and liberate countries and establish freedom in other nations. Hollywood is a small town, and it's run basically by the left. They do not hire conservatives. They treat us like lepers. We are outcast. We work basically secretly underground. We have no choice because nobody will hire us, and if you are caught being a conservative, they will fire you. It's happened to many of my friends. Some of them are major actors and directors, people I know for years. They will. I always say that there's an invisible sign above the Hollywood sign called "No conservatives need apply." But we, as conservatives and Americans, we can change all this because the pop culture in Hollywood is their holy grail, and we, as movie patrons, can stop going to the theaters and paying $10 to $15 to be lectured to by the likes of Sean Penn, Tim Roberts, George Clooney, Oliver Stone. These people are nothing but malcontents. They're self-loathing Americans who live off our money. And they grow fat and basically fat and happy. And their mentality is that they're basically they all become the Marquis of Evermont. And we are the serfs. But we can change this. Hollywood is run by Democrats, mostly liberal Democrats. And as you know, the Democrat philosophy for years has always been separate but equal. Well, they won't allow us to play in their sandbox. With conservative investors and people like yourself who invest and support filmmakers like myself, we can build our own sandbox, and we can make films that glorify God, our country, mom and apple pie, all the things we grew up loving in this country. We can make films again. We can make films again that make Americans in the world fall in love with America, the way they did in the 40s and 50s. We can make Frank Capra movies, John Ford movies. Forgotten Heroes is the only, well, it's the second film besides John Wayne's Green Beret about the Vietnam War, and has no F words in it. I made a World War II style movie in a Vietnam setting. So you can buy the film, watch it with your family, and not be abused, and not be insulted. I concentrated on the camaraderie between the men. And it's about a Russian general in Vietnam who defects for freedom. And these young kids go and rescue him, a bunch of Kelly's Heroes type guys, and they bring him out to freedom. Russian troops that come in, it becomes a cat and mouse between Russians and Americans in the Vietnam War, which that's what the war was about. Because of that, the Hollywood elite and the distributors wouldn't pick the film up. So as I said, I'm distributing it myself. I have a booth over here. I'm selling the film for $20 again. You can buy the DVD yourself. If you like the film, you want to send me a testimonial or a review, if you're a Vietnam veteran or any veteran from any service, I will post it on the website. We all have to stick together and fight basically this mafia of malcontents in Hollywood and in the government who think they can control our lives. If we take back the pop culture, and we can do it with pro-American films. We will take back the media, we will take back the universities, and we'll take back our government.